quest to rescue and return the Danley dog.
We'll get Frisbee. We'll introduce you to one of Elon's most popular club sports.
Paint the town, from painting bodies to coolers. We'll show you some unique arts and crafts.
Good morning.
Thanks for starting your day with ELN Morning. Let's get to it.
Hello and welcome to ELN Morning. I'm Jasmine Turner.
And I'm Matt Lee. We start today with a heartwarming story involving our own football team.
Many Elon Phoenix fans have high hopes for the football team under newly hired head coach Rick Skrosky, but he's focused on doing good deeds both on and off the field.
Elon head football coach Rich Skrosky began his Elon coaching career only 4 months ago, but about a month after he took the job, he received a phone call from an organization called Team Impact.
Basically, the best way they describe themselves, they're a cross between Make-A-Wish Foundation and Big Brother.
The organization pairs children with life-threatening illnesses with college athletic teams.
They contacted us, I guess it was back in January, and there's a young kid, he's 15 years old, a teenager. His name is David Owens, and he's a Mebane resident, just about 15 minutes down the road.
Owens was diagnosed with a brain tumor when he was 12 years old. Since then, he has had multiple surgeries, radiation treatment, and chemotherapy. And Skrosky says everyone on the team is focused on getting Owens more involved with the team.
They just do a great job of going a day at a time and defeating that day and fighting that day. And, and when the fall gets here, we'll certainly get them involved in the program even more so.
He says Owens is an inspiration to the team.
It does. It keeps things in perspective, and we all have issues in our lives, and whether it be in our homes or jobs or outside of athletics. And when you read the story, you hear what he's been through, and you see the kid just come around the team and he's smiling.
Skrosky says he plans for David to come to games next season.
Football players aren't the only Elon team working in the community. On Wednesday, members of the Elon and High Point baseball teams shaved their heads to raise money for Versus Cancer. The annual event raised over $14,000 this year, and they are still accepting donations on their Versus Cancer team page. In the past 2 years, the Elon baseball team has raised over $25,000 to fight childhood cancer.
This cause struck particularly close to home this year. Elon pitcher Joe McGillicuddy was recently diagnosed with cancer after an NCAA random drug test detected unusually high levels of testosterone. He is now at home seeking treatment, but is looking forward to getting back to baseball. He threw out the first pitch of the game on Wednesday to a special catcher, his twin brother, John. McGillicuddy told ELN that he has learned a lot from this experience.
He's so strong mentally, and he willed his way through this whole thing, and he helped me through it too. The fact that my teammates are here, man, you should have heard him like, oh, I've never buzzed my hair, but the fact that he means a lot to me, they recognize that, and I'm happy for it.
If you would like to help raise money for cancer research, Relay for Life is coming up next week. But if you want to get involved sooner, the Rockin' Relay concert is happening on Wednesday. Tickets are $3 if you have registered for Relay, $4 if you haven't, and $5 at the door. Many different student a cappella groups and bands, including Knockout Perez, will be performing. 10% of all food and ticket sales will go to Colleges Against Cancer.
And Elon's Relay for Life is next Friday. The event honors cancer survivors and helps raise money for cancer research. This is a very personal cause for Elon first-year Alexa Lowy. Lowy lost her best friend Esther Earle to thyroid cancer 4 years ago, but events like this help her honor her memory.
It definitely makes it easier to know that she didn't live for nothing. People worry about leaving their mark, and she definitely did.
Those are just a couple of things happening around Elon's campus. Our own Eric Halperin is here with more news that you need to know this morning. Eric?
Good morning, Jasmine and Matt. It's been 1 year since the Boston Marathon bombings, and yesterday new logos were laid down at the start and finish lines of the marathon. This afternoon at 2:49, a year after the bombs exploded, Governor Deval Patrick and Mayor Martin Walsh and others will gather for a ceremony to honor the victims. This year's marathon will be next Monday, April 21st. Elon is now a part of a list that it may not be too proud of, a list of the top 50 colleges ranked in order of the most on-campus alcohol arrests per 1,000 students in 2012. The list, put together by a branch of the U.S. Department of Education, puts Elon at 27th in the nation. Other schools in the top 50 are App State and the University of Colorado. They use information from the Office of Post-Secondary Education, and Elon did not make the list for 2012 data. Brian Williams, Elon's graduation speaker last spring, will be giving the commencement speech at a Nashville high school in just over a month, this according to TV Newser. Students from Hillwood High School used clips from his speech at Elon to produce a video they hoped would convince Williams to speak at their school, and he accepted. Their commencement is May 22nd, Elon's is May 24th, and sports analyst Mary Carrillo is the speaker. And tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in McKinnon Hall is the third and final Community Connections event of 2013-2014. The theme will be Funding for Public Education. ELN's coverage and live stream will begin at 6:45, so be sure to tune in on Channel 5.
Thanks, Eric. We now turn to Atoria Mills to get a look at what is going on at College Coffee.
Atoria, how's it going on over there?
Hey Jasmine, hey Matt, I'm here in McKinnon Hall for College Coffee due to the weather, but as you can tell, it has not had an effect on anyone's spirits. Behind me we have a gorgeous array of muffins as well as some really awesome cranberry juice. I've tried some, so I know for a fact, and around the room we have awesome student organizations for students to stop by and maybe see what's up between classes. If you're not quite jealous yet, listen to the music. I think it was Justin Timberlake, but I will be back in the studio soon. Have no worries. I'm Atoria Mills. Back to you, Jasmine and Matt.
Thanks, Atoria. And the rainy weather may have kept College Coffee inside today, but our Michelle Alfini is live in downtown Elon to tell us when we can expect some sunshine. Michelle?
Good morning, Matt and Jasmine. Well, we had some nice spring weather last week, but we had some showers this morning. It seems to have stopped raining, but I'd keep that umbrella around. These April showers and cooler temperatures are expected to continue throughout the day, with a high of 70 degrees and a low of 32. Don't worry, though, the sun will come out later this week. Here's a look at your Phoenix 5-day forecast. The temperatures will still be a little cooler than last week, but you can expect some sunshine tomorrow. The high will be 58 and the low will be 32. For the rest of the week, you can expect partly cloudy skies. Thursday's high will be 63 with a low of 37. And Friday will start out Easter weekend with a high of 66 and a low of 45. Temperatures are expected to warm up a little on Saturday, though, with a high of 75 and a low of 50. And on Easter Sunday, you can expect a high of 72 and a low of 48. We're not quite seeing the sunny skies we may have hoped for, but after all that snow we've had, I'll take some rain any day. Jasmine and Matt, back to you.
Thanks, Michelle. And before we head to break, we're going to check back in with Eric Halpern one more time to see what's trending on Twitter.
Thank you, Jasmine. This morning in Greensboro, it is a sports-loaded trending on Twitter. We've got Dan Uggla from the Braves, who last night hit 2 home runs in his game. One in the 9th inning. It was a grand slam that won the game for his team. And the other popular topic in Greensboro is Michael Phelps. If you didn't hear yesterday, he announced that he came out of retirement. There's a possibility that because of that, he may be coming out for the summer of 2016 Olympic Games. We'll see what happens there, but like I said, sports in Greensboro seems to be what's on people's mind this morning.
Thanks, Eric. This morning, physical plant workers were out planting a new tree under the oaks. You might have noticed a large pile of dirt outside McEwen yesterday where a 140-year-old tree stood before it was taken down due to the winter storms. But this morning, that empty space was filled with another tree. It came from South Carolina and is about 30 feet tall.
Coming up, see why this isn't the craziest thing I did this weekend. I met up with one club sport here on campus that's a spinning sensation. Find out more coming up.
Hi, I'm Salvador Ruiz, owner of the Cancun Mexican restaurant in Burlington. We are proud to support ELN's local news.
Yami, Burlington's newest Japanese steakhouse, a local gathering for any occasion, specializing in sushi and hibachi-style cooking. Yami Japanese Steakhouse, located at 3123D Garden Road in Burlington.
Hi, my name is Alexander Dum. I'm the manager here at Yami Japanese Steakhouse. We are proud to support the ELN local news.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Okay. She's gonna love me all over again.
Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
If you have walked around the Danley Center lately, you might have seen the Danley dog. I set out on a mission to find this animal. She has been seen all around campus for the past few months, even during Elon's ice storm. Her nickname is the Danley Dog because many students see her at night around the Danley Center. However, the Danley Dog is not a stray. She is actually a lost pet owned by Elon Jr. Allie Yarwood. Her dog Lacey ran away just 2.5 weeks after owning her. Yarwood has tried for months to catch Lacey, but every time she comes close, the dog runs away. Since then, other students have joined the rescue mission as well.
So we tried catching it a few times, but every time that we even tried getting near it, it would just kind of run away.
Campus police has also been out more than 5 times trying to catch the dog.
One of the officers said it got about 3 feet. The dog would let it get about 3 feet from it, and then it took off running again. But we've got animal control has been out helping us try to catch it, and we've been in touch with a rescue shelter.
The dog is skittish and fast. Since no one else was able to catch Lacey, I thought I would try. After hours of waiting, I finally spotted Lacey and used leftover chicken to lure her to me. It's 10:50. We fed the dog some. It's well fed, but it's not coming to us anytime soon. If we can get it to come to us, we can save this. We'll try again tomorrow. Lacey did eat out of my hand, and I was able to touch her briefly, so I thought I would have better luck on Saturday. Though Lacey got close again on Saturday, she ran away when I tried to hold her. This is day 2 of the Danley Dog Stakeout. I'm here with the dog behind me. This is about as close as I'm able to get to it today. We're feeding it beef jerky, so it's at least fed for a second day in a row. We're trying to get close to this dog, but it's just running away every time we get anywhere near it. Sunday was my last attempt at rescuing Lacey. This is day 3 of the Danley Dog Stakeout. I'm throwing Biscuitville bacon really close to me, hoping that she comes closer so that I can maybe grab her. But I don't think it's going to happen because she won't let me get anywhere close. She's waiting till I leave so she can get the food. In the end, I also failed to capture Lacey, and unfortunately, she remains on the loose. Yarwood hopes that she will be reunited with Lacey soon. For now, Elon students need to treat the dog with respect and try not to scare her. Maybe then, Lacey can be rescued. Matt Lee, Elon Local News. If you see the Danley dog or any stray dog on campus, try calling campus police first. But if you want to try and rescue it yourself like I did, here are some tips. First, don't make loud noises when approaching the dog. This could scare it. And instead, kneel down and make yourself as small as possible to appear non-threatening.
Sit down near the dog and put food on the ground, and when they come close, try gently reaching up to let them smell your hand. If this doesn't work, keep trying. Hopefully you'll be able to gain the trust of the dog over time. And remember, make sure to be mindful of the Danley dog while driving since it's usually out at night.
The owner of Lacey did not want to be interviewed for this story. If you are able to secure the dog, contact Elon Campus Police at 336-278-5555.
And while some students are scrambling to find the dog, other students were scrambling on Saturday for a different reason. Our Paige Peruso has more.
This past weekend, the members of the Triad community had the chance to be daredevils. The Greensboro Campus Scramble encouraged students from 7 colleges surrounding Greensboro, including Elon, to participate in this epic event. Brian Gerwig, an Elon student and marketing intern for the race, tells me why it's focused on college students.
The idea of the race is basically to kind of promote Greensboro as more of a college town, whereas a lot of people don't see it as that. And so we're really just trying to get Greensboro, and then we went a little outside, and that's why we involved Elon.
3, 2, 1. So I decided to check it out for myself.
The Greensboro Campus Scramble is a 3-mile run with 16 obstacles, and I'm about to
But that's not the only thing I did. I jumped over fire, rolled under barbed wire, dodged traffic cones, hoisted myself in and out of dumpsters, and much more.
At least it's not raining.
Sometimes it was harder than I expected, and sometimes a little break was needed. But eventually I crossed the finish line. The race is not all fun and games, though. All proceeds go to the Interactive Resource Center.
It's basically a center where if you're homeless, about to become homeless, or maybe you just got out of kind of homelessness, right, it just helps you get on your feet.
Gerwig explains why he thinks more Elon students should participate.
You're having fun doing it with your friends, and then everything's going to a good cause, and you're being a part of that.
And I can personally say it was a great way to spend a Saturday. Paige Peroso, Elon Local News.
It's quickly becoming one of Elon's most popular club sports, but what exactly is Club Frisbee? Our Sarah Russell found out.
We just come out every night and we play a really cool, weird sport.
Senior Ian Girelli is one of the captains for the Ultimate Frisbee team here on campus. He says that there is more to Ultimate than people know.
It's a high-flying sport, there's a lot going on, and it's kind of a sport that anyone can get good at, and at the same time, it requires a lot of technique.
This is Girelli's first year being captain, and he says that it has changed the way he plays and interacts with his teammates.
I have more of a leadership role now, and I have to tone down my own emotions, so rather than being a hot-headed player and playing in the moment, I have to think about managing the team and being someone that other teammates can turn to.
Girelli also has the responsibility of making strategy decisions during a game. He says that making calls can be one of the most rewarding things as captain.
When you make the right call, it feels so good that you had a responsibility to the team and you did it.
Being committed to the team doesn't just end on the field. Peter Pastanzik says the team bond goes beyond the sport.
These are the people who support you the most, support you first.
Pastanzik is also a captain and says the bonds aren't the only great aspect they have.
There's so many different majors, so many different just personalities, and I don't know, just you get to know so many different people, and it's really just such a great part of the team.
This past week, the team has been preparing for the conference tournament and ultimately regionals. I came to a practice and learned a few things about Ultimate.
And then thumb on top, and you're almost like pinching it. Not quite. Like this is the grip. Nice, ready?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although I'm not the best at Ultimate, the team welcomed me with warm arms and made me feel included. Sarah Russell, Elon Local News.
Next on ELN Morning, students threw paint at each other last week. Find out why. And if paint on your body isn't for you, perhaps painting a cooler is. Arshawn Berry shows you how.
You don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Okay. She's gonna love me all over again.
Jamaica, here you come.
Here we go.
Good job.
Students and faculty had clean clothes when they gathered outside of Mosley on Friday, but this was not the case when they left. Connor McCoy found out why.
We run out of color immediately because it's so fun and so messy.
Holi, the Indian Festival of Color, brightened students and faculty's day last Friday. In India, Holi celebrates the end of winter and the spring bloom. But for Elon, it celebrates diversity.
So what we're really trying to do is to place ourselves in context of the world and to appreciate the cultures that are part of Elon and part of the greater culture that we live in, even in North Carolina.
Right now, everyone behind me is clean, but they didn't stay that way for long.
Last year my hair was pink and purple for about 2 weeks. It was awesome.
Holy started at Elon 3 years ago when Chaplain Janet Fuller joined the Truett Center.
I mean, it's my job to bring in religious diversity and to kind of raise up an understanding of the various religious practices of our community and to help us learn about those.
For some students, Holy inspired cultural exploration.
This was such an amazing experience. I've never done anything like it, and now I really want to go to India and experience it for myself.
And for others, it could be a yearly tradition.
I've never done anything like before, so it was great, and I definitely want to do it again next year.
The Truett Center plans to continue hosting Holy for the next several years. They hope more students and faculty come out in the years to come and experience Holy themselves. Connor McCoy, Elon Local News.
Summer is coming up quick, and you may find yourself being invited to a fraternity banquet. And one tradition for dates is to make a cooler. Our Sean Berry has the tips and tricks you need to know about painting your cooler for the perfect banquet season.
When you think of a fraternity banquet, what's the first thing that comes to mind? A cooler. I'm Sean Berry, and I'm going to show you how to paint an awesome cooler for this banquet season. The key is to get a cooler with not a lot of ridges on it, just like this one here. You could even get one with wheels on it, but know it's going to be a little bit harder to paint. I got this cooler here for less than $20 at Walmart. After you buy the cooler, you're going to want to sand it down. You can buy sandpaper for less than $5 at Walmart, and it helps even out the surface. After you completely sanded down your cooler, the next step is to prime it. My advice on primer is Krylon Indoor Outdoor Primer. This is a great base coat and it helps the paint stick better. After you've primed and sanded your entire cooler, you're all set to start painting. Make sure you have designs in mind so you know exactly what you want to paint. Paint pens and acrylic paint will become your best friend. After you finish painting your entire cooler, just like the one I painted here, you're going to want to use a sealer to lock down those designs. I recommend Mod Podge to make sure those designs stay in place. Fair warning, you might get a little messy during this whole project. For more ideas on how to paint coolers, check out Pinterest. I'm Sean Berry, Elon Local News.
She looking. Think it's time to update your wardrobe? We have fashion expert Miss Africanry from the WSOE radio show Fashionably Late here to share her 5 staple pieces. So, Miss Africanry, what should every girl have in her closet?
Some of these things that we're going to talk about today, they're so essential because the weather is getting nice and we're just really happy about that. So I'm going to bring out my first model. This is Marcella. She's wearing one of the biggest pieces in the spring season, which is the floral print.
I like it.
Yes, and you can get this in dresses, pants, shoes, as we'll see later on. But I wanted to style this with an all-white outfit to kind of neutralize everything as to not take away the attention from the blazer. Such a statement piece.
So let's see what model you have next. Let's bring her on out.
The next model we have is Ashlyn. Ashlyn is doing more of a nighttime kind of look. You can wear this out to a concert. Is a little conservative, but not too much, because you see the legs. She's doing the Angelina right now.
I like it.
But the item that we're focusing on is the crop top. The crop top is very in for the warmer months, you know, and we wanted to do something that was a little wham in the back. Look
Business
at this.
in the front, party in the back.
Exactly.
All right.
And you see her in the front. It's very classy, it's very flowy, very feminine, and she can wear this, like I said, to a concert or something later on at night.
So who's our last model, last but not least?
Our last model is Mackenzie. Mackenzie is sporting 2 out of the 5 of our staple items. She's wearing the boyfriend jeans, which are very comfortable, and you can style them with a pump. The pump is actually very, very, very in for this season. Yes, and this is the pointy toe pump. Excuse me, and she's doing the floral print as well. Style this with the pointy toe pumps, it makes everything so much more sleek.
Great.
And I gave her all black on the top to kind of balance out, you know, because these shoes are doing a lot of talking.
Thank you,
Wow.
Canry. That's great.
All right, thank you, Miss Africanry. After the break, we have men from Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity here to show us how to step.
Take a look under your bed. find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs, just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
You may have noticed some stepping from the National Panhellenic Conference at Greek Week Dance, and we have two brothers from the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated here to show us some moves. We have Doug Spencer and Jonathan Glover. So guys, show us what you got. Try to teach us something maybe.
Yeah, I want to know how to step.
And I changed my shoes if you don't notice. I have on Chucks now.
We're going to do it one time, and then we're going to try to get you guys in and do it twice, all right?
Sounds good to me.
Right,
Can we
John,
do
you
it?
got 1, 9, 0, 6. Without us, there will be no you. Respect your roots.
Okay. Matt and I were trying in the back.
We're just supposed to go now?
Yeah, we'll go slow.
Let them go in front of
right?
us. Let them go in front of us.
Real slow, all right.
Okay,
yeah.
Slow down, you got it.
Try not
1,
to trip
9,
on your shoe
0, 6. Without us, there will be no you. Respect your roots.
I think Matt got it.
I'm improvising here. I'm doing my own thing.
All right, let's get you guys in here one time with us, all right?
Okay, one more time.
All right, one more. You got it. 1, 9, 0, 6. Without us, there would be no you. Respect your roots.
I think I kind of got it.
Wow, so I just want to, now that I kind of have the hang of it, I'll practice at home. I kind of want to know how you guys got into stepping and how you learned the steps and where you get that from.
This is actually a traditional step that we do, at all alphas do. It's our founder step, respecting your roots, being that we were the first intercollegiate African-American fraternity. And so that's kind of where it's just comes from, just gets passed down. Yeah, don't worry, we got a lot of practice, so you guys did a good job for
I'm not at your level yet. So how
good.
do you get the routine down for your kind of, how do you pick the routine?
Pick it? It's a tradition, like you said. It's traditional, but also you just kind down, of, so. and then you just kind of go with whatever comes naturally to you. So. Yeah.
So other steps that you may do you guys have one person that kind of makes them all up? Do you guys make up the steps? Where do they come from?
Well, this guy likes to make steps, so I usually follow him, but it just depends on whoever feels like they want to make one up. So.
What's your, I guess, biggest inspiration when you think of a step? Who do you think of? Is there one person in the chapter or something that you
I would say our brother Torrance Winder would probably be the biggest inspiration when thinking about it.
Great. Well,
that's
thank you
all
guys.
the time we have for this week's Elon in local news in the morning. Be sure to stay with us throughout the week by checking our website, elonlocalnews.com, and we're going to step out of here.
And you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Tune in tomorrow at 7:15 for live coverage of the Community Connections panel. From all of us here at Elon Local News, have a great week, Elon. We're getting it?
Yeah.
All right, one time. 1, 9, 0, 6. Without us, there would be no you. Respect your roots.
Thanks, guys. We'll try. I'm going to keep working
job.
with
She's
Matt,
gonna
but
teach
thank
me.
you guys so much for coming in. It
Thank
might
you.
be a couple of hours worth of practice that we're
yeah.
just going to keep going
It's
with
fine.
it. But
It takes that
you know,
sometimes.
it'll work.
Well, we're definitely learning from the best with you two right here.
So tomorrow when we watch all of this online, you know, we can watch how good we are and then go from there, try to figure it out.